Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Financial resources provided to make some project possible. The act of providing approval and support. His vigorous backing of the Conservatives got him in trouble with progressives. Something forming a back that is added for strengthening. Financial resources provided to make some project possible. Financial resources provided to make some project possible. Financial resources provided to make some project possible. The act of financing. Financial resources provided to make some project possible. The foundation provided support for the experiment. Argue or speak in defense of. She supported the motion to strike. Put up with something or somebody unpleasant. A military operation, often involving new supplies of men and materiel, to strengthen a military force or aid in the performance of its mission. They called for artillery support. Be the physical support of, carry the weight of. He supported me with one hand while I balanced on the beam. Adopt as a belief. The financial means whereby one lives. He applied to the state for support. A musical part, vocal or instrumental, that supports or provides background for other musical parts. The act of bearing the weight of or strengthening. He leaned against the wall for support. Be a regular customer or client of. Documentary validation. The strongest support for this view is the work of Jones. Establish or strengthen as with new evidence or facts. The evidence supports the defendant. Be behind. Approve of. Support with evidence or authority or make more certain or confirm. Give moral or psychological support, aid, or courage to. She supported him during the illness. Aiding the cause or policy or interests of. The president no longer has the support of his own party. Any device that bears the weight of another thing. There was no place to attach supports for a shelf. Play a subordinate role to another performer. Olivier supported Gielgud beautifully in the second act. Something providing immaterial assistance to a person or cause or interest. The policy found little public support. Supporting structure that holds up or provides a foundation. The statue stood on a marble support. Support materially or financially. He does not support his natural children. The activity of providing for or maintaining by supplying with money or necessities. His support kept the family together. A musical part, vocal or instrumental, that supports or provides background for other musical parts. Computer science. A copy of a file or directory on a separate storage device. He made a backup in case the original was accidentally damaged or erased. The act of providing approval and support. Someone who takes the place of another, as when things get dangerous or difficult. An accumulation caused by clogging or a stoppage. A traffic backup on the main street. The status of being a champion. The act of providing approval and support. A competition at which a champion is chosen. A communication that indicates lack of respect by patronizing the recipient. Be a regular customer or client of. The act of providing approval and support. The business given to a commercial establishment by its customers. Even before noon there was a considerable patronage. Customers collectively. Politics, granting favors or giving contracts or making appointments to office in return for political support. Support by being a patron of. A landmass that projects well above its surroundings, higher than a hill. Go upward with gradual or continuous progress. Copulate with. Go up or advance. The act of climbing something. Get up on the back of. Mount a horse. Something forming a back that is added for strengthening. A lightweight horse kept for riding only. Prepare and supply with the necessary equipment for execution or performance. Mount a theater production. A mounting consisting of a piece of metal, as in a ring or other jewelry, that holds a gem in place. The diamond was in a plain gold mount. Attached to a support. They mounted the aerator on a floating. Fix onto a backing, setting, or support. Mount slides for macroscopic analysis. Put up or launch. Mount a campaign against pornography. The ability to deal resourcefully with unusual problems. A man of resource. A source of aid or support that may be drawn upon when needed. The local library is a valuable resource. Available source of wealth. A new or reserve supply that can be drawn upon when needed. The formal act of approving. His decision merited the approval of any sensible person. Acceptance as satisfactory. He bought it on approval. A message expressing a favorable opinion. Words of approval seldom passed his lips. A feeling of liking something or someone good. Although she fussed at them, she secretly viewed all her children with approval. A desirable state. Enjoy the blessings of peace. The formal act of approving. He gave the project his blessing. The act of praying for divine protection. A short prayer of thanks before a meal. A ceremonial prayer invoking divine protection. The formal act of approving. Expressing or manifesting praise or approval. A military operation, often involving new supplies of men and materiel, to strengthen a military force or aid in the performance of its mission. A device designed to provide additional strength. He used gummed reinforcements to hold the page in his notebook. Information that makes more forcible or convincing. His gestures provided eloquent reinforcement for his complaints. An act performed to strengthen approved behavior. Psychology. A stimulus that strengthens or weakens the behavior that produced it. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A simile has at least two layers of meaning. Single thickness of usually some homogeneous substance. A hen that lays eggs. A relatively thin sheet-like expanse or region lying over or under another. Make or form a layer. Layer the different colored sands. Thin structure composed of a single thickness of cells. A depression forming the ground under a body of water. He searched for treasure on the ocean bed. Have sexual intercourse with. Single thickness of usually some homogeneous substance. Slices of hard-boiled egg on a bed of spinach. Prepare for sleep. He goes to bed at the crack of dawn. A stratum of ore or coal thick enough to be mined with profit. He worked in the coal beds. A foundation of earth or rock supporting a road or railroad track. The track bed had washed away. A piece of furniture that provides a place to sleep. He sat on the edge of the bed. A plot of ground in which plants are growing. The gardener planted a bed of roses. Furnish with a bed. The innkeeper could bed all the new arrivals. Geology, a stratum of rock, especially sedimentary rock. They found a bed of sandstone. Place plants in a prepared bed of soil. Put to bed. The children were bedded at 10 o'clock. The flat surface of a printing press on which the type form is laid in the last stage of producing a newspaper or magazine or book, etc. A device designed to provide additional strength. The cardboard backing was just a strengthener. A hypothetical description of a complex entity or process. A structure supporting or containing something. The underlying structure. Providing a factual framework for future research. A system of assumptions and standards that sanction behavior and give it meaning. Formulate in a particular style or language. Make up plans or basic details for. Frame a policy. Construct by fitting or uniting parts together. Baseball. One of 9 divisions of play during which each team has a turn at bat. The hard structure, bones and cartilages, that provides a frame for the body of an animal. Take or catch as if in a snare or trap. The innocent man was framed by the police. Enclose in or as if in a frame. Frame a picture. A framework that supports and protects a picture or a mirror. The frame enhances but is not itself the subject of attention. The internal supporting structure that gives an artifact its shape. Alternative names for the body of a human being. A structure supporting or containing something. An application that divides the user's display into 2 or more windows that can be scrolled independently. A single drawing in a comic strip. A single one of a series of still transparent pictures forming a cinema, television or video film. Enclose in a frame, as of a picture. One of the 10 divisions into which bowling is divided. The framework for a pair of eyeglasses.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.